हेलो एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग, वेलकम टू PISP सॉल्यूशन. दिस साइड आयुषी और आपके EPM कंसल्टेंट. From today we'll be starting the session of data management, where I'll be explaining you the how to what are the different properties and how to just be load and what are the ways of loading data through data management, and why do we use data management as a source to load data from the other sources from where we receive the data of our actual year, or when we load data, why we load data in our application through DM, and why it is one of the ways to choose data and load data in our DM in our application through DM. So data management is basically the process where we actually data management is the process where we actually do data massaging of the data of which we get from wherever we are getting the data from. Because if you are getting the actual or the trial balance data in your application, like suppose if you are getting any of the trial balance data in your application, the source can be it can come from anywhere. It can come from any other module as well, not from EPBCS or PBCS. It can come from any of the module. It can come from PBCS, it can come from ARCS, it can come from NetSuite, it can come from EPM Fusion, it can come from cloud, it can come from anywhere, whatever the software the company is using for the client which we are working. We can get the data from any of these sources. So basically, data management help us to load data in a very particular, in a very agile way. So not in an agile way, in a very proper way, where we will get the data in very systematic way. With that, we can just automate also we can just automate data management with the help of EPM or automation as well. So that's why loading data through EPM data management is is the way which we use in our application to load metadata. To load metadata, whether it's a data file or to load whatever the data you're having, you can load that. So today we'll be learning about how to load the data management in multi-column data, and to load in today's session we'll load data through we'll load data through multi-column and multi-period. There is a difference between multi-column and multi-period. I'll be explaining you with the help of Excel, which I have prepared, because I'll be loading the data with the help of Excel in data management. So basically, what is multi-column and what is multi-period? Whenever we load data through different using different dimension or different intersections, we call it as multi-column. And when we load data through multi-period, we are having different periods, like it can be for quarter one, it can be for quarter two, it can be for yearly basis. That's why we call it as multi-period. So I have prepared both the files, because I'm going to explain you how to load data file through data management in two different with the two different forms, like how to do with the help of the multi-column and how to do with the help of multi-periods. So this is how the file of multi-column looks like, in which you will be having different dimensions, where you will be loading data with the help of these dimension. You can select data according to your you can select the dimension according to your need, and whatever dimension, whatever intersection you are required of, you want to see data intersection, you can select that as well. So basically, we'll be selecting we'll be working in plan 1 cube, where where we will load data for the dimensions who are there in the plan 1. So we go to the application. This is my EPBCS application. In this, I'll be loading through DM the data I'll be explaining you what do I mean when I'm just saying you that you have to load data of only in plan 1 queue. So I'll go to the navigator. First I'll just see in dimensions in my plan 1 queue what all the dimensions are there, and with help of that, while keeping that in my mind, I'll be just setting up the target application dimension as well in the DM. So I'll just select the data cube as one, plan one. Over here you can see there are 11 dimensions over here. If you could see all the dimension in all the cubes, obviously we are having more than 2021 cube, 2021 dimensions over here. So for I'll be loading my DM into my plan one cube. So in plan one cube, I'm having 11 dimensions, and I'll be doing the data. I'll be doing the mapping for all the dimensions properly in my DM, because we'll be loading the data for all the intersections in this DM through DM. So after that, we'll go to the navigator. As you all know that we have to go to the navigator integration. Then we'll go to data management. After going to the data management, after going to the data management, this is how the data management will this is how the data management page will get open. After that, I'll go to the setup. In this setup, I'll be just doing the registration of my application. After that, I'll be going to the integration setup, and we'll go to the workflow and we'll load the data file with the help of Excel file. So I'll be loading data. My source is going to be my Excel file, so I'll take the source as file. Over here you can see that I'm having, over here in my file you can see that I am having different kind of dimensions. I have taken account, I have taken entity, I have taken LOB as my dimension, which is it is one of the rare this LOB is always there in EPPC's application. We are working on the EPPC's application, that's why we see this that's why we see this dimension as EPVC's application in EPVC's application. Over here you can see that I have just set up the dimensions, and my dimensions are account, entity, LOB, version and product. So in my multi column I'll be setting up the product, and for these product only I'll be loading the data for these only product, for this only version, or for only this LOB, for this entity, for this account. These are my right now 5 dimension for which I'll be loading the data file. Rest 6 dimension I'll be doing the data mapping over there in the data management. So what do actually how to what do actually multi column data cloud why do we load data through multiple column for EPM cloud, or for file based source system? In an Oracle enterprise performance management cloud, we are having a file based source system where data management supports a period where data management supports suppose a column in a form of data file. If you have a data for multiple, if you're having data in a multiple column, and if you're having a single file, then you can include the year period in you can, if you want to include the whatever dimension in your data, you can include that in import format. You can select the source, you can select the source, like you have selected the source as account, as entity, as LOB, as version, the dimensions where you can, for which dimension you can just load the data. So over here I'll be showing you in a practical way how we are going to load data in my data column, in a multi-column data, my multi-column data management. So over here you have to just keep you have to just keep an eye that whatever data you are loading in your application, you should be, your all dimension members should be there in that particular application. If you're loading the data for this particular entity, this particular entity should be there in your application. If you're loading data for LOB, this should be there. If you're loading data for these accounts itself, so these members should be there in your application. Then only the DM will get successful, otherwise it will show error whatever you will do. Obviously if there is not going to be any this, if there is a OP
OEP working member as a version. If it is not there in the application itself, so how this DM will get successful? It will show error for sure. So first let's go to the application. After going to the application, first I've just created a source system over here. With the help of word file, I'm explaining you that how we do this in multi-column. Like this, I have just prepared my sheet as well, and thus I'll be exporting data, and after exporting and importing data over there, my three fishes will be visible to me, where I'll be working. And after that, I can just check it with the help of smart view that the data has been loaded or not in my Excel sheet. So yes, how this is how we work with the DM process. And we're just for keeping and check that the data file which I have uploaded through DM has got successfully uploaded or not, we'll be checking it with the help of Excel. So we'll just first go to integration. After integration, we will select the process of DM. After going to the DM, this page will get open. After that, we'll go to the setup. After going to the setup, we'll select the source system over here. I have selected my source system as whatever source system you're having, you can create. If you want to create any, if you want to select any, you can select any over here. I have selected a source system as file, and where my file F is in cap in my small letters. You have to just keep in mind whatever the file source system, target application, import format you're selecting, you just need to keep in mind whatever you have selected, whatever naming convention you have done. Do it properly so that you can remember it. While looking at it, you can understand that whatever you have uploaded is you have uploaded in the correct way. So I have selected the already present source system over here, which is file. Over here I've selected the file, and my source system is obviously a file because I'm uploading with the help of Excel. So if the source system would be from STM cloud, we will be selecting Oracle STM cloud. If it's from NetSuite, I will select the NetSuite. If it's from Oracle EPM cloud, ERP cloud, I will select that. So right now I'm having file as my source system. I will save this. After saving it, I will go to the target application. After going to the target application, you can see I have already created the target over here, and I named my target as ZPBCS. Over here in my ZPBCS, if you will see, I have already done this DM so that I can make it, so that I can just make you and people understand in a very normal way, and without any error we will just successfully load the data in the DM. So you just need to keep in mind that you will be selecting the only dimensions over here which are there in plan 1. While doing the while going to the target application, you have just create an application. You can just create the application over here with the help of add. If it's data, if you're loading the data file over here, we will select local. If you're loading the data or doing metadata load, we will just select dimension. Right now I'm loading the data file, so I'll select local. After selecting the local, I will give the type. It's my planning type. I can give the prefix. Just wait for a few seconds. You will see that EPBC's application name will be also visible over here. Okay, why it's getting refreshed? There must be some network error. Give me few seconds. Let's close and open it again. Go to the setup. After going to the setup, we will select the source system. I have selected the source system as file, where it's named in small letters. After that, I'll go to the target application. Already I have created one target application where I have done the multi-column, where I have uploaded the data of multi-column. So I named it as Z underscore EPBCS. When you will add any of these, how you will add it, go to the add plus sign of add local, select the application. It will be coming with the name of planning. You have to select the application type as planning. After that you will give the automatically it will pick the name, whatever the name you have given to your company, or whatever name whatever and whatever application you'll be working. If you're working in the vision, it will show vision. If you're working in the epbcs, it will show epbcs. Okay, in application name it will select epbcs. It's showing some error, that's why, because of network it's happening over here. You will give the prefix over here. With the help of prefix, it is very natural that it is very convenient for you people to understand that whichever application, whatever name you have given, it is that particular target application. So I named it as z underscore apbcs. Okay, I named it as z epbcs underscore. Okay, z underscore epbcs. After that I have just saved this, and after that I can see that my z epbcs option is available over here. Over here I have done the my dimension mapping. I'll be doing the dimension mapping only for plan 1, not for any other dimensions were not present in the plan 1. So over here I have selected account, and you will just keep an eye that all the data table column name should be there only of that dimension. If any other selected dimension is there present in your application, sorry, it present in your target application, so you have to remove it from here. Like suppose if asset class is not there, if you want to recheck it, you can recheck it from here. Select the Q plan 1. After that you can see that asset class is not there. If you have to given any, if you are by default in this application, if you can see that there is already UDA1 UDA2 UDA name given, you have to just remove it from here. After that you have to only select those dimensions which is already there in your plan 1. Cost center is there, that is why I've selected cost center. Currency is not included over there because we don't have currency in that plan 1. After that no employee, no entity. Okay, and we will select the entity over there. After selecting the entity, you can see there is no HSP view. We cannot see HSP over there because we will be doing for the entity as well. Intercompany is there, so that's why we have done the data column name over there of data intercompany. No job is there, so we didn't do for job. The rest you can see with the help of, I've just selected only though I've just done the mapping of only those members, my dimensions which is there in my Excel. So basically I'm having 11 dimensions in my plan 1, but I'll be doing the data mapping of only, I'll be doing the data mapping on this target application of only 5 to 6 dimensions. The reason is that we will not do dimension mapping of period and scenario or year, period, scenario or year. It is just because we are going to do this these mapping in further upcoming process, or that is of category mapping and period mapping. You can see that this period mapping, category mapping, we will do the scenario, year, plan, sorry, year and period mapping over there in the period and category mapping. So don't need to select these also, these all dimensions who are by default also there in the plan 1. Just need to keep in mind that the data mapping will be done for the one, for each of the dimension only for one time. We will not do data mapping again and again for any of these, again for not be repeating any of the data mapping again for any of the dimensions. So that's why I didn't did any mapping over here for the scenario, for the version, for the, sorry, not for the version, for year and for the period. Yes, I did the data mapping for product because I have already selected the product in my Excel sheet. I have done the data mapping for the version because version is version, product, entity, cost center, intercompany and account is the only dimensions which we won't be doing any mapping of in the further upcoming process. So like that I'll be doing the data map, I'll be doing the mapping for all of them, and I will save it. After that I will go to the import format. I'll be giving the import format name over here. I've already made such an import format for you people. I named it as IMF multi-column 1. I'll be selecting the IMF underscore multi-column one. You can add it from here. By adding it from here, you will get the option like that. You have to give it the name, proper naming convention over here. IMF means import format. You will select the file, whatever file name you have just selected. You will select the target app, target from here, like. And if you you can see, if you cannot see the target over here, reset it, search it, you can see a list of all target will be visible over here. Like I named it as ZEPBCS, would have selected that EPBCS. If you will see my, okay, if you will see my IMF multi-column 1 over here, I named it as IMF multi-column 1. My source was file which is in small letters. My target was Z underscore EPBSS, because source, target and IMF, they are all interlinked and interconnected to each other. If you will select any of them wrong, you will not get the result for sure. Over here my file type is going to be multi-column, because obviously we are doing the multi-column. And the NUME data, there is a lot of data in different intersect for the different intersections. So like that, I have just selected the data, and I'll be doing the multi-column mapping over here. You can just see only dimensions over here, I have selected through target application. You will not see any of the member which was not there in the target application. You can see account, amount, cost center, entity, intercompany, LOB, product and version. So for that, I'll be doing the mapping over here. With that, you have to select the name from here, paste it over here. You will give the field number. Field number is the column number which will be there in the file, Excel file. You will be giving the field number as the command to the system, that when I will upload the file, it will read that in a column number 1 you will be having accounts, in column number 2 you will be having entity, and LOB is going to be my third column, fourth version is going to be my fourth column. So like that, I'll be doing the mapping over here. So like that, I did the mapping over here. My account was at first number. I did it my amount is in my fifth. I have started my amount from my fifth column, so I have noted the field number as fifth. You can see 1 2 3 4 5. I have from fifth I have started the amount column from here. After selecting the amount column from here, you will be doing the expression mapping over here with the help of this edit button. From here edit button, you will be doing the expression mapping where your driver is going to be product. As you can see, in amount, in my this sheet, my driver is my product, because I am doing the data mapping for the, I am re-uploading the data file for the products. So yeah, here these I have selected these 4 members of the from the product dimension, and I'll be uploading data for these dimensions. So in amount, I'll be giving the command that through adding the expression, that my driver is my product. I have selected a product. I will select the members from here. Whatever members I have taken, just keep in mind you will select the proper members from Excel. Whatever data file you have created, you have selected that proper members from here. I have selected the members from here. I named the column from 5 to 8, that my data is in from column 5 to 8. This is my fifth column, 6 7 8. My data is in 5 to 8 column. After that you can see, I will just okay it, and my expression mapping will be done over here. You can see my driver is my product, my member are these member, my amount data. My application will read the command that my driver is my product is my driver. It will load data for these dimension itself, and for these members only, and from column 5 to 8 my dimensions, my data is there. After that, what we'll be doing, cost center, we'll select no cost center, because while checking the data in the Excel, by verifying the data in the Excel, you will select the same members what you have selected over here, because we have loaded data for these intersection only. Cost center is no cost center. You can go to the dimension from here, select that cost center, whatever cost center if you wish to take, you can take. I have taken no cost center, just I have selected and copy pasted it over there. Okay, after that, for entity, my entity was in my second field. My intercom is now in intercom. I have already taken this member from application from intercompany dimension. After my LOB was in third column, so I have selected my LOB in my third column of product is from my fifth column. I have selected my product in my fifth column. My version was in fourth column. I have given the command that I have selected working version as working. After that, when you will go to the product, you have to give the expression mapping over here as well. You'll be selecting fill, and when fill, I'll be giving the command that, and from in product my amount is from 5 to 8 column, so that it can work easily. After that, save it. After that, save it. After saving it, when you will go to, okay, after that you will go to the location. We'll be creating a new location over here for application. I have created the location, named it as multi-call location underscore multi-column. You can go and add it from here. After that, you will get the screen like that. You can add the name. I named it as loc underscore multi-column 1. I'll be selecting the import format from here. I've selected the import format from here. See, I've just selected the import format. For I am named my import format as multi-column import format underscore multi-column 1. After that, I have select, you have to just keep in mind that whatever you will select, it will get automatically selected. If you will select import format, you will see that automatically file and target application will get selected by default. um, After that, it is what is functional currency. In functional currency, you will name it as USD, because in my entity I'll be using my functional currency as USD. What is entity? Entity is a subsidiaries or the company where we, in whichever country it is situated, we'll use that functional currency. So in whatever entity I have taken entity as 201. You can just go and check it from here, that whatever USD, whatever entity you have taken, I named it as C underscore 201. I'll go and select, say, search it. C underscore 201. After that, I'll select it. You can see my base currency is my USD, so I have taken USD. So you will be selecting functional currency as USD. After that, save it. After saving it, you will go to the period mapping. This is how the location will be done. After that, you will go to the period mapping. In period mapping, you will be doing the period mapping in the application mapping. In this application mapping, you will be doing selecting the target application. My target application was ZEPBCS. You can see that I have done already the mapping for one period and for different column, multi columns. For one period, which is for January, and it's selected for multi-column. So obviously over here in application mapping, I'll be selecting the targeted period and a targeted year. So I'm doing only with the help of add, I'll be doing only for the month of January 2025, and will be my selected targeted year is for financial year 25. I'll do the source mapping over here. My source map, I'll be select the file source. My file source was in small letters file. Can you see small letter file? Okay, this was my source applic file. Okay, let me select it once again. In my application mapping, I have already collected the period dimension mapping. That's why I didn't did the period mapping in the target application mapping. Okay, what's this? Okay, I have done this period mapping over here where I have selected the period, and my calendar is going to be CL. So like that, I will save it. After saving it, I will do my category mapping. If I When I will go to the category mapping, I can see that I'll be doing the category mapping, not for global mapping. I will go in for the application mapping. Application mapping, select the target application. I selected target application. I named it as ZDPVCS. So like that, you need to keep remember that whatever steps were there, it is there in your application. I have selected the category because right now eventually my year is going on September 2023. So I'll be doing the planning. I'll be doing the. I have selected the year as 2025. So hopefully I'll be doing the planning for year 2025. I'll be selecting a target as OEP underscore plan. After that category, you just save it. We'll be done with the category mapping. So we are done with the setup. After that, we will go to the workflow. After going to the workflow, After going to the workflow, I will doing data load mapping. In this data load mapping, I'll be selecting the dimensions. First of all, you need to change the location, because by default take the location, it take wrong location. Reset it, search it. My location is loc underscore multi-column 1. After that, select the period and select the category. My category was plan. Okay, you can see I have already done the like mapping. We will do like mapping over here for these dimensions. These are the all selected dimension which you have seen in target application. We'll be doing the like mapping over here for them. After that, we'll be giving the unique rule name over here. You can name it as rule 1, rule 2, s1, s2, s3, s4, whatever rule you name you wanted to give. I take took at took as s1. After that, I did mapping for all the dimensions over here, as you can see, except data, because we don't do any mapping over here in the data, because we are not having any data right now in this in dimension. So basically we don't support data as my dimension over here, and we don't do like mapping over here in this in data load mapping. After that, I will go to data load rule. After that, I will just create my rule and will run it. Okay, I have already created one rule over here, which I named it as dlr underscore multi 1, and my category was plan. My import format was multi column 1. After that, this was my file. I saved the file type as .csv. It is my multi-column DM file. I saved it as in my CSV format. After that, I'll go to the DM. I will just give all the naming convention over here. I named it as DLR data load rule underscore multi-column multi 1. Selected the category, selected the import format. I have selected the target plan type. It is plan 1. In whichever queue plan you're having the data, you have to pick that. So my target is plan 1. After that, I have uploaded the file from here. After uploading the file, I'll go to the execute. After going to the execution, I will go to the import from source, and after before that, you need to save it. I have just saved it. After saving it, you will go to the execute, or you will from execute you will do the import and export. And import and export is stuff for only one period, which is for January 25. Run it. After running it, refresh it. You need to wait for 2-3 seconds. If there is going to be any error, you need to recheck the error while doing the mapping, because it is one of the important source in this. Your file type is always going to be numeric column, numeric multi-data numeric data. Your cost center, you need to select all the dimensions properly. Okay, it got failed because of some error, so we can just go and check the error in the mapping. As I remember, I've given this version name as okay in import format. As working, it is not only working. We need to go and check the naming convention properly. It is OEP underscore working. Okay, save. And will go to the workflow. I will go to the data load mapping. Mm, okay. No, one more problem was there in category mapping. In period mapping, no. Yes, in peer mapping and source mapping, the problem was there. I've selected it as file 1, but it has not been taken over here. I will add it. I've taken the month as Jan 25. We'll be doing the mapping of source mapping over here of this. My calendar is CL. I don't need to write anything else, just write CL. Save it. You will see that I've taken file as my, but I did the mapping of file, this one. You can see mapping in this one. Okay, delete it. Again, now we'll go to the workflow. I will go to the data load rule. As you can see above, sorry, below, that location has already been selected, period been selected, category selected, source file selected, and a target has been selected. This is my format. Execute it. My end and start period is going to be same because I'm selecting. Why no result has been shown over here? What is this error? Okay, when you will do category mapping in this, you have to select the member properly, but you have to do the execution mode online because we are doing it online. After that, you will go to the scenario, you will select any of the scenario accordingly. And selected this, save it. After that, go to the workflow. We'll make new one more new rule for this. We'll delete this one. You'll be selecting the same name as we have selected, or you can add new one from here. It is TLR underscore multi column 1. My category is going to be plan. My import format is going to be import format column 1. It will take rest of the things by its own. After that, I'll select the file. I will upload the file again. Okay, save the file, whatever changes you have made over here. I'll go and I will choose the file from my system. Okay, this is my file. Open it. Okay, save it. I've uploaded the file successfully. Okay, this was my file. After that, I'll be saving it. After saving it, you can see this is my data load rule. I'll be executing this data load. I'll be selecting this data load rule, execute it. Go to import, go to export, select the start and end period. We are just selecting, we are doing this data, running the data for only one period. So yes, we will select the start and end period as January itself. Okay, now refresh the data. Okay, you can see the import and export has been done of the data. um, after that, you can just see it has been done successfully. Go to the data load workbench to see the result that it has been imported, it has been validated, and it has been exported. Why it's not showing? Delete this data load first, refresh it, go to data load workbench. You can see that the data which we have imported over here, it has been successfully imported, validated, and exported. So this is how this is how the data got imported, validated, and exported. And we load data through multi-column. Now I'm going to explain you how to load data, of how to load metadata, how to load data file of through DM and through different process, which is through different file which is of multi-period. This was a file of a multi-column. Now I'm going to explain you the file with the help of multi-period. Okay, this is one of my file which I have created. Okay, I have taken the accounts over here, the same file what I have created for Excel in my almost same file which I have created for the multi-column. Okay, I have taken accounts, I have taken entity, I have taken LOB, I have taken version, I have taken product over here. For that time I have taken product at my row, but now I have taken the product in my column section, and I have added the period over here. You can just I'll be explaining you, helping with the help of row, so you can understand that. This is my account, this is my entity, this is my LOB, this is my version. You need to keep in mind whatever dimensions you're taking over here in the Excel, you just need to target mapping over there, and of these members it's only rest or mapping will be done in the further process. This is my product, and this is my multi period. My period starts from 23, or you can say it's a trial balance of 2023 or 2022. Right now 23 is going out, that's like actual data of 2022. So I have taken January, I have taken February, like that, so on. I have taken the data for full 1 year, of whole 1 year. So it's my like this, it is visible, and I need, and over here I have added a debit, I have added a credit over here. Whatever amount is debit, added debit, whatever the amount is credit, I have added credit. So like that I have done the, I have prepared a sheet manually. We'll again go to the data management. We are doing for the same cube, which is plan 1. We'll go to the setup, we'll select the source system. Selecting the source system, selected the file as file 1, save it. You can select the source system type, whichever the source system type is. Right now I'm doing it with the help of Excel, so I've selected a source system type as file. Okay, save it, go to the target application. Over here also I have already created the steps, because they are all almost similar. There are different, only slight difference between when you will do import format and this target application and period and category mapping, because it will add the number of column, number of rows, because we have increased the data from one, from only one. It will increase the data only from one. We were just doing from the only one period, now we're doing for the old 12 periods, that's why. I have given the name, name the target application as B underscore. I name it as B underscore EPVCS. Over here, I did the mapping. Okay, I've just selected the same members what I did in the map in my previous session of multi-column. Then selected the data table column name for all those members, all those dimensions which were not there in plan 1. Okay, we'll be doing the hardcore mapping only for these dimension itself. We are not going to do any hardcore mapping for the other dimensions, because we are unfortunately going to see the category in a scenario. In my category mapping, we'll select the year and we'll select the year and period in my period mapping. That's why we'll see that we don't do mapping for the currency. That's why we are doing mapping only for dimension which for whom we cannot do mapping for the further steps. So like this, I have just done the mapping for all this. Save it. After that, go to the import format. I have just created a new import format over here. I named it as mm, okay, I named it as IMF. IMF. Let's see. IMF. Okay, I named as IMF underscore multi column, sorry, multi period, because we are doing it for the multi period. I have selected the source as well. So you have done the mapping for these dimensions over here like that. So basically we are just doing the mapping for the this only, because already all the things has been selected, that whatever, like whatever entity, whatever account, whatever LOB or whatever product I am taking. Okay, so this is that for this intersection I'll be doing the data file upload through DM. Okay, okay, after that I will select the amount that I have selected the through expression over here. I have added the amount, like my amount is in DRCR, so I've selected that. It is from column C is 6 to 17. So yes, you can see 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. For these 17 columns I did the mapping from 6 to 17. I have added a driver. That driver is of period. And did the cost center mapping, did the intercom mapping, did the product mapping, selected that product, selected this version. Okay, I need to do for this as well. Cost center mapping would be done, so we'll be selecting the cost center. It is no cost center. I'll select the no cost center, save it for multi period. We'll be doing not for doing for entity. We'll be doing for intercom. Please select the name from the plan itself by we select the member from dimension itself. Otherwise sometime it happens that we don't give space, where we don't give underscore. Version will be taking as Save it. Okay, we have done the mapping for these all. Okay, we have saved it. Okay, I am a multi-period one. I have did the mapping for all of them. Save it. After saving it, I have given the sign that DRCR is going to be the column. I'm a driver. I have given the import format name as IMF underscore multi-period one. My files one has been already selected. My file type is going to be multi-column underscore numeric data because we are loading date from multi-column numeric data over here. My target application will already be get selected B underscore EPBCS. Now we'll go to the location. After going to the location, I named location as LOC underscore multi-period. Over here I have selected the import format. After selecting the import format, as I have selected the source file and my target over there in my import format, so I can see the after selecting the import format, I can see my source file is file1 and my target application is already by default chosen by the application. This is same as whatever we did in the multi-column. The only expression we have changed in that. After that, multi-period. Okay, save it. After saving it, we'll go to the period mapping. Period mapping is something different we'll be doing over here because we are having different periods over here. We'll be selecting the target application and name it as p underscore over here. I've given over all 12 months period mapping I have done. That time we did period mapping only for January because we were loading data only for January, but right now we are loading data for all the period that is from January to December. So I have added all the months over here. You can see I did the target per period month and year target over here. After that I will give the source mapping over here. I have to select the file. Okay, I have done the period mapping over here for all the period like this. Save it. After that go to the workflow. Going to the workflow, I will go to the data load mapping. I will do mapping for all this. I need to select the location. My location is going to be multi-period, not multi-column. Multi-period. Okay, select the period, select the plan, just do okay over here. You can see I did mapping for all the dimension leaving data. Okay, and I can see no mapping has been done in the data. We do like mapping over here like this. After that we'll go to the data load rule. Okay, over here we'll just create data load rule. Give the naming convention DLR underscore multi period. Select the category, select the import format, select the file. I'll just save the file. Whatever we did in my last session we will do this over here. Okay, we'll select the file. Okay, save it. Multi-period rule 1. Save it. Go to the execute. Again do the same import and export. Over here you have to just keep in mind that whatever the start period is going to be, that is not going to be the same end period. The end period is going to be December, because we are running the data from January to December. Refresh it again. So give 1 or 2 minutes. Over here it will work. You can see the data has already been uploaded with the multi-column multi-period as well. Go to the data load row workbench. You can see whatever file I have created in my in my Excel. That file has already been imported, validated and exported in my DM. You can go to the Excel, select for checking for the multi-period, just select the same intersection what you have taken in the same thing, the same intersection what you have taken in the DM, in my Excel, in the Excel file. Select that through with the smart view, and take that same data, whatever data intersection what you have taken over here in the smart view. Just take the data. If it is visible, then it's working for sure. So that this is how the DM works, and this is how it has been created. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. You can just go and practice it. You will get it properly. Just keep in mind that whatever the link and whatever the sources you are adding, source target IMF, they all are interlinked to each other. By default they will get selected because you are already selected in it in previous sessions, in your previous mapping. And you will not do the mapping for the dimension and scenario for the dimensions like period, year, scenario, because they will already get mapped in upcoming. We will already do mapping of these of in my upcoming, for the upcoming things like in category mapping and period mapping. You need to keep in mind that that particular entity is having what kind of currency. If it's having none, you have to select the functional currency as none. If it's having USD, you have to select USD, or it's having INR, you have to select INR. You will do the hardcore mapping, and you have to select the proper columns from the Excel what you have selected. You have to select the proper column in your application as well from Excel. Just keep in mind that whatever expressions you are adding in amount, that should be correct. There should be correct. If it's going to be wrong, like if numbering is also going to be wrong, then obviously the whole DM process will get wrong. This DM will require a lot of concentration to while you're uploading the DM, while you're uploading a data through DM. That's all for today. Thank you so much.